I'm going to complain that at least the pictographer's a Brexiter.
Which one?
Do
again. I'm getting a big reflection off that TV. Can we do it again?
Oh, no, are we playing with the...
Can we do it again?
Are we not playing with the...
Baffle box.
Baffle box.
He's got a baffle box.
Can we do it? One more handshake?
Just bought it, so
he's just bought it.
we need to
That's
put
going
it
to block
in
off
place.
that. Can we just one more handshake before we put the buffer box on?
Well, I thought you wanted the buffer because to advertise for...
It seems we are agreeing in some way, Tim, because it seems you like to play with
Shake
it.
hands, guys.
Yeah. Hi. Got those. Okay.
Still got a reflection off that TV.
Right, that's it. Don't take any more while we're playing.
Don't take any more.
Tap.
This side. You'll be reflection off the TV.
Well done, Costin.
You've got more into an angle.
Yeah, well done for
They
you.
don't want to do it again. They don't want to do it again.
So,
Sorry?
They don't want to do it again.
They have to do it again. I'm asking. Just go around a bit more.
Okay. I just don't want to be floating up when I'm playing. Go on.
Check.
Cheers.
Oh, still there was our bit again.
So, are you playing with the buffalo ball?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, so
So,
do you want to go first or?
good match.
Good luck.
Yeah, good
gentlemen.
match. So,
Thank you.
do you want to go first or me first?
We've got the clock set. Yeah.
Yeah?
So-
It doesn't matter.
I'll put the dice in, then I'll move it over here, and then you
Right.
put yours in. 3, 2. Okay. No, it's not, is it?
It's alright now.
Yeah.
Nice live.
Okay, so welcome to the start of the main final of the UK Open 2019.
And I will Brazil.
Tim Cross, undefeated, playing Costin Constantinescu. Costin needs to win twice. He needs to win this 11-point match, and then they'll have a. If that happens, then there'll be another match, a 5-point match, to decide it. So Costin needs to win 2 matches. Tim just needs to win this. So Tim is obviously a huge favourite. Stronger player, I think Costin would admit to that, but also just needs the 1 match, obviously. So there's been cube action. Costin has cubed, and thinking about a 6-6 here. I'm not sure. I've just arrived. So has he played any 6s? No. En route to the final, Costin just beat Gaz. He beat a great Norwegian player previously, and he beat me the round before, so he's on a good run. This looks fine to me, perfectly safe. I can't see why that's a problem. Obviously, he could make the 2-point with the 2 instead of safetying, but I think it's probably better. Okay, did duplicate 5s though. But 1-6 for Tim, right? Okay, so plenty of shots for Costin here. For 2. Okay, so we have shots from the bar for Tim. And he doesn't roll one of them. And the 2 is awkward because his board has gone. So what was a 5-point board now becomes a 4.5, far weaker. The 2-1, okay, so Costin needs to obviously safety that. More flexible to bring in the 2. And probably slot 3-2, I would think. Hope to make that next roll. 5-2, step out. So there is some equity for Tim here in the fact that Costin has to clear those points, those 8 points and 10 points. So there's obviously the 16, there's contact, plenty of contact in this game still. So minimising contact, he shifts up there, and I'm not sure keeping 6 away is correct. Maybe shifting to the 9-point might have been better there. He's going to struggle perhaps later to shift to clear that 10-point. We'll see. 2-1 makes that 2-point that he slotted earlier. And Tim is now sitting back, waiting to see what happens. Obviously, race equity if he can roll the 4-4, 5, but really he's looking at hitting a shot if possible. 6-1 is awkward. And despite the 2 blots, or the 4 blots, on the other side of the board, he doesn't leave a shot. But he's going to struggle to clear that 10-point. So Tim's going to make a 5-point board here. The question is, does he make the 5 or the 6? There's not much in it really. Four, 3. Okay, playing perfectly safe, but there will be shots coming, I'm sure. But can Tim preserve his board? He can. 3-1's a nice roll for him. I think coming out is too much. He's just going to play in board. So some awkward numbers here for Costin. 4-1 is not bad. 4 obviously bring it round. The 1, he could make the ace point and leave Tim with 4 shots. +5, 6. Okay, 6 shots. 6 shots, I think, is too many. So I think he probably will lift that blot. 5, 2, 4, 3, 5, 6. I think is too many. But is he leaving them? He's leaving 6 shots for Tim. Okay. And Tim rolls one of those 6 shots. So this is why you get to the final, hitting those shots. Okay, now Tim's got access to the cube, and I suspect this is, well, it's definitely a cube, yes. Okay, and Costin will not take this. The race deficit and also the shot too much. So yes, leaving 6 shots was probably a little bit too much, too rash. And Tim, dead-eye Tim, hits the shot. So, turn around there in game 1, 2-0 to Tim. Okay, second game. Just recharging my glass. Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, Marlborough, very nice. 5-2, okay, you hit with the 5 here after a major split with a 6. We saw an interesting opening roll of 6-4 by Costin in the previous game I commentated on. Okay, nice double 5. 2 min in the air. Looks good on stacks, the 6 point. I suspect Tim will do that. He's thinking of it. It's obviously 30-8 is also reasonable. Oh. Clearly he's going to be attacking those 2 blots in his home board. Having said that, if the race is good, then just play the race. But this to me is, okay, positional, but I tend to go for the throat in those positions, and I would have attacked. Because Tim can't guarantee getting home safely from here, so although he's got a race lead, can he really cube in this position? Whereas if he had hit, there's plenty of chance to cube. Okay, here's a case in point. He's got an awkward 6-5, so I think Tim should have attacked the last roll with double 5. Okay, we have a hit and a cover. 5-3, the 3 comes down and solidifies the 10 point. But he's liable to be blitzed. And here we go, 3-1 is a good start for Costin to start this blitz. 9 in the zone, which is not normally enough. And then it's nipped in the bud with a nice shot by Tim there with a 1. The 2 means that he's got lots of builders now for the 5 and 6 point and the bar. So Costin should probably think about anchoring here. Okay, there we go. 3 point, the worst of the anchors you can have, but beggars can't be choosers. Good case he did, because double 3 would have pointed on him. Double 3 now makes the 5, and the final 3, well, a little choice, but stepping up, and Costin will be looking at a 4 or a 5 to attack Tim's blot. But there's nothing else that I can see. If you get a chance to make the 5 point, I think you want to make it. Yeah. Oh, that's a bad miss by Costin. That's a shame. 6-2 doesn't do much. He doesn't want to play behind him, so I suspect he'll make the bar, I would think. A good 4-3 from Tim. (4-5), so you don't want to strip the mid here, so 5 challenge the outfield And he's got a strip midpoint, so if Tim hits with the 4, he's stripping his mid, but no. Okay, a 5 is a good shot. But Costin has plenty of returns. Oh, I saw the 6, but it came with its twin, so that's a bad dancing number, and straight away Tim thinks of cubing. Costin doesn't think long, takes it straight away, snatches that. Probably right, he's got structure on his side of the board. And he's got plenty of chances to hit. All the 6, 1, 2, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6. Not 5, 6 though. So Tim looking good. Doesn't want to leave the blot on the 9. It's too vulnerable. He could make it, of course, but I'll give 5 shots hitting on the midpoint. So does he just bring it in with a 3-1? This is a tough choice, whether to play 13-9 and give 5 shots, or to bring... Oh, okay, well played, Tiny. Even look at that. Attacking. Okay, that was it. I didn't look at the attack, it could be right. Well, that's safe. But a little bit gappy, and so Costin's got some chances here. 3-point isn't great, but he's got the ace, and the ace is an asset, I think. I don't think it's a liability as such, because there's not many attacking builders from Tim to point on it. So it is a little bit awkward for Tim to get round, but we'll see. Okay, I don't think he wants to leave a direct, so clears the 8. Not a bad roll really to clear the 8-point. And now that lonely blot on Costin's 24-point looks vulnerable. Now let's play this 4-3. He'd like to keep contact on the midpoints, but can he play the 4-3 and board? He can. Yeah, but 2 down I think is more circumspect. Okay, the 2, and if he breaks the mid, he's leaving 10s and 12s. Not that many shots, but look, he can play 5-2 perfectly safe. That's what he's thinking about. Is it worth the risk? Okay, he's going for it. Okay, 6-4, double 5, 6-6. Oh, nearly. Okay, now Tim is 7 away and 10 away. So he should. Ooh, I'm going to say he should be able to get these in safely, but the 6-4 is not great. Has to play to the 2-point. He's not going to hit here. So again, he's got the 10s and the 12s to hit, and this time the hits will be fatal. Ooh, keeps missing by 1. And still that blot on the ace point. It can't be safetied, so Tim's got his eye on that next time. 5-4, okay, he's duplicating aces by coming there. But Tim's looking good in this game. Another awkward 6-4. Okay. Well, that play by Costin means that he's going to get at least well, a direct ace. And Tim's thinking of whether he hits or not. But I don't think he can hit. Can he hit? He'll have 3 blots. If he hits on the ace, he'll have 3 blots. Only 11 shots, but 3 blots. So if Costin does hit, he can then play on for the G. So I think you've got to bring it in, Tim, with a 4 and just leave 11 plus 6, 4, so that's another 3 and double 6. So he's going to go for the hit. Okay, well, a hit here and we're looking at gammons. So it was a big play by Tim. I don't know if it's right. Gammons, obviously gammons either way. So Tim's now looking at gammoning. 5-2. Well, he can. Okay, this is interesting. He can safety by breaking his 6 point. Can that be right? Maybe that's right. Yeah. It leaves 6-4, 6-1, 3-1. 6 shots. Yeah. Unusual to break the 6 point before when he's still got outfield checkers, but it's a lot safer. Okay, 6-3 by Costin. I think you got to command the 6 point, challenge those outfield checkers, and then just bring the 3 down. Yeah. So Tim can obviously pick and pass, so he can leave a blot. 6-3 is a good roll. Yeah. He'll be happy with that. Should be able to save to that next roll. But I think the gammons are diminishing now. I suspect this will be a single game. Having said that, we have a shot. Commentator's curse. Okay, we have 13 shots. And you only need 1. It's best in case, I know you can clear the 5 point and leave fewer shots, but then you got the problem next roll. So you're just going to give the extra 2 shots and pray. Okay, Costin misses. He didn't get to the final by missing shots like that. And now there are some gammons here. Okay, that's a nice double 5. Yep, there are some gammons. Yep, don't waste any checkers. 6-1. 9 crossovers needed for Costin. That's a good, that's 2 crossovers. It's going to be touch and go, this. Okay, Tim misses with a 3. Okay, double 5's a gammon saver. I think he'll... Does he stay for the 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1? General rule is if your opponent's got 6 men off, you sort of leave it, but oh, this is tough. I don't know whether you stay or not. This is a tough decision. He's going, okay. Yeah, that's close. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's made the right decision there to go. Okay, he would have left a shot, but you don't worry about things like that. These things happen. And single game. So, 4-0 for Tim. So Costin's against the ropes. As I say, he needs to win this 11-point match in order to take it to a decider of a 5-point match. Where Tim just needs 7 more points to become UK champ. I'm just clinking glasses here because Anna Clark and myself just became UK doubles champions for the 2nd time. So well done, Anna.
Thank you, John. John, were you saying Tim was GB or UK Open champion in the past?
Yes, before in the Bieber, which was the major backgammon force in yesteryear, had a UK championship, called the British Championship. The guy won it 10 years ago. And I was asking Tim if he'd won that tournament. He said he won a precursor to that before Bieber was formed, I think he said. So Tim was UK champion back in the day. And now he's going to be UK champion again if he can get across the finish line. Because at the moment there's been no one who has been UK Open champion in UK BGF and also Bieber champion. So Tim could be the first. Tim took a break from the game and then came back with a vengeance and got his GM Norm. When did he become a GM?
Just
last
before
year?
the last Winchester tournament, which
Okay,
was,
so last autumn, last summer.
no, yes,
Yeah.
about a year ago.
Mm-hmm. One of 4 Grandmasters in the UK. Right, back to the match. Okay, 3-1. Good roll by Costin. And if you're looking at cube action here, I think this looks like a cube to me. He's 4-0 down, so he's looking at cubing early and doesn't think about it. Okay, I don't think he's too good. I think this was a cube. Why didn't he cube that? He didn't even think about it. But surely that should be a cube. Okay, so 5 now. Well, if Tim doesn't hit this, then surely he'll... well, maybe he's too good now because he's actually slotted it, but he's going to case cubing this. But I think he missed a cube the previous roll. Would have given Tim a trickier decision. This one is not tricky. I'm pretty sure Tim will pass this in a shot. He'll use the 12 seconds, he always does, and then pass. There you go. But yeah, when you get gammonish positions and you're 4-0 down to 11, you've got to send that cube over. Okay, 4-1. What you do find is a lot of money players lose a lot of equity by not knowing how to react to certain match scores. So yeah, practice your cube action at different match scores and become a far stronger player. Two one. I wouldn't add a keep and split. I hate the 23 point. Does nothing for me. There's no Tim wasn't threatening anything, so I don't think you should really make that. It's a bit stiff. Anyway, okay, 3-1's good roll. Okay. 4-2. Okay, place itself. Into 5-2. I need to unstack, I think, the midpoint. I've got 5 checkers there. That's no good. So 2 down. And Tim's looking at if he can move those back checkers that he'd want to. There you go, with a 3. And stripping the mid, but it's probably better than coming out. Yeah. (6-3) looks like an attacking play. Yeah, and again, Tim's under pressure here. If he doesn't hit this 4, then Costin's got a decent game. Okay, 4's a good shot. Yeah, the 2. Okay, Costin really needs to make a better anchor than that 2 point. That doesn't really do the job. But still attacking. Yeah, the thought about gammon is all this this bloodletting, this hitting, trying to make the anchor, trying to make the forward point, and the guy hitting back off the bar. One fan's normally terminal, but both guys are doing well off the bar. 2-6. Right. Okay. I would like to have moved the man to the 18 point and fight for some outfield control. He's got those 5 checkers stuck on in Tim's home board. Not doing much. Yeah, so I think Costin really needs to, with a 5 or a 6 or a 3 or a 4, get them moving. Yeah, I think you've got to move 24-18 here, Costin. You've got to do something. You can't stay there. Yeah. The slotting's fine. Okay, but Tim likes this. Costin's got those awful 4 checkers. Yes, but Tim's only got a 2-point board. So I suspect Costin's got enough to take this. But it's not a gimme. I would take it. But my major weakness is taking gammonish positions.
Don't tell them that, John.
There's plenty of play left in this. And he's 4-1 down. Oh, no, okay, he's 5-1 down. Yeah, okay. I'd like to see what XG says about that, but Tim obviously knew what he's doing, cube straight away. Costin gave it some thought and passed. Okay, we saw something similar in the last game, last match. 6-3-2 down. Okay, it worked that time. I don't think it's right, but yeah, it's an aggressive play. And clearly, and Costin being 5-1 down wants some action, but he's just giving away too much. Okay, I think you hit off the bar here. Oh, we short him. Well, I think there's any 6 from Costin now makes the bar. Okay, so we've got plenty of volatility here, lots of action. Any 5 or 6 hits back. Okay, now it hits off the bar. Okay, and what you find in these positions, a double often makes a huge difference in these sort of opening positions. It doesn't hit twice in this case, but it's a good roll, nevertheless. And a 5-2 is good. Now, choice of anchors. Do you want the bar point or the 5 point? 5 point is generally preferable. XG loves the bar point anchor. I would go for the 5 point. Tim disagrees. Who am I to disagree with Tim Cross? Not his best roll, 6-1. Well, he's got a stronger board. That's the only advantage he has over Tim's position. So he could have hit. 3s and 2s. Giving quite a lot away there. Would have been a fan if it had hit, but still. Okay, so yeah, giving up his anchor, but I think you have to hit those. So it's a messy game. Sort of game Costin wants, really. He doesn't want these boring mutual holding games. He wants some volatility, some gammons in the mix. But any double from the bar here, which hits 2, really gives you a huge advantage. Of course, any fan gives you a huge disadvantage. Okay, 1-6. He's thinking whether to play to the 18 or whether to move that blot on Costin's 4 point. He's leaving it there. It's harassing that check. Oh well, the 4-5 is great. That's better than hitting loose. I think if you can hit and make a point in home board, that's usually better than hitting outfield. 5-2. Okay, so Costin's got the edge here. Stronger board, hitting on a 6. Okay, no cube action yet. We'll go to 5-4 this time. He will hit. Good roll. And Tim having the bar point anchor means that he should be okay if there's any cube action, but Costin's not even thinking of the cube, and that's far too early. But 5-2. And a good shot by Tim. Often people don't cube these when they've got when the opponent has the bar point for good reason. But the fact that Tim's got nothing else apart from that bar point anchor, Costin has a huge advantage in this game, I think. The 4 now. Okay, the 4 basically destroys his outfield. It splits his army in 2. Is it worth the hit? I don't think it is worth it now. So a little bit more positional, I think. He's already winning the race. Yeah, this is a complex position. Four one. Yeah, I wouldn't do this. This seems to be small gain for giving up a huge asset. Okay, Tim dances, but still, without the midpoint anymore, your arm is split into 2. Yeah, so and again, do you really want 2 anchors in this position? I think, yeah, I don't like Costin's position anymore. And Tim really hasn't done anything in this game. All he's done is got a bar point anchor, but Costin is a little bit self-destructed in a way. He's given away the outfield control. As I said before, his arm is split into 2, and Tim's not really done anything. He just let Costin self-destruct. So Tim's looking to make some of these outfield points. That makes 2 in one fell swoop. Very good roll. And Costin really with 6 men back. He's no longer has the advantage in this game. But we won't see any cube action for a long time. 5-1 is not great. You don't want to play behind, so I think you just got to play to the 12 point. Tim really wants to make the bar or the 9 point sometime in the future. But as I said before, this is a messy game. Nice roll by Costin. He's not got much wood to work with, but he made the most of it there with that 3-1. Fantastic roll. Again, a 3. These are one of these guys in the final. Rolling like that. 3-5, great roll. But Costin's doing okay. 4 point board. Yeah, he's doing fine. But having his army split ain't great. So, okay, Tim's got a stack on the 6 point. He'd like to unstack that sometime. I didn't think that was the correct opportunity, and fair enough. But it's difficult to make much progress here. It's a fan again. no action, far too much wood to shift round. He can get some structure now. He could make the mid. Gives up his 5 point, but that's reasonable. Because Tim strips as well. He's got if he hits off the mid, he's leaves blots everywhere. So Tim, well, he's no choice really with the 1. He could have entered on the 1 and played 6-3, but didn't like it. Okay, so Costin is the unusual position of having 3 anchors and yet is the aggressor. Tim's got bags of time to enter on these 2 checkers, so I don't think he's too worried. So Costin has the difficult situation here of trying to get some sort of structure to his position. He's got a lovely 4-point board. He'd love to attack that 5 point, but he can't do on this roll. Now, coming to the 6 point is fine if you can attack next roll, but he won't be able to. He had the option of making the 12 point then and didn't. But okay, Tim enters anyway. And Costin is playing around the outfield, and Tim obviously can't leave too many blots around. Now this structure of 5 point and bar point, 20 point and 18 point is pretty weak. He doesn't really want to maintain that for a long time. But he's struggling. He can't really make much progress while Costin has those 2 anchors. Double 1's not bad. But it's an interesting position. Two steps out. Okay, and Tim being stripped on his 7, 8 and 10 point means that he can't really attack without leaving blots everywhere. So 2 behind looks like, I think he has to play 2 behind. He hates it, but what can he do? And try and make some points in the next few rolls. Yeah, having these 2 anchors, 20 points, and now it's the 17 point, but it means he's got fewer checkers to play with. And then he hits. He doesn't really want to be hit either. It's difficult. It's a difficult game to play. I'd imagine XG is having a field day here, because to play this optimally is not easy. Right, 6-1. I think you would break the 8 point here. Make the 2 point, put a spare on your 7 point. You need spares here. Tim's got all these. There you go. Tim's got too many points, really. He needs to create some spares, so that does the job. Right then, costing 6-3. Again, nothing particularly comes to mind. Well, interesting. I'd have given that a lot of thought, because that's a lot. These plays are tricky, and they're not really giving it a lot of time. Tim would like to make the 3, obviously, but then he has a 1 he can't play, so he can't hit. Hitting would give 3 blots with lots and lots of shots, so he can't hit. Makes the 3 and just carries on. Okay, so he makes the 3, then carries on, plays 2-1, maybe leave 2 blots. That's generally what people do. They play 2-1 and then hope to make those points with, future 5s, 4s or 6s. 4-4. Okay, well, Tim has 2 blots in board, so Costin can go forward here. These 2. Okay. Yeah, maybe right. And again, Tim's got the problem. Tim needs to have no blots in board so he can hit next time. So I suspect he plays 2-1 with the 1. That still leaves a blot. That still leaves a blot, Tim. So I'm not sure I would do that. I'd play 2-1 and probably play the 4 from the 10 point. Maybe you can hear me. Yeah, I think that's the play. Because Costin could easily leave a blot here. He doesn't, but, and there's a big but, if he can clear these points safely, I will be very impressed. Because Tim's now going to make a board. And Costin has 3 points that are not easy to clear at all. And Tim's board is now so strong, I think he's going to have to play behind. Which is not what he wants to do, obviously, but to give a direct shot against Tim's board is asking a lot. But I don't think he's going to get home safely. So if he's going to do it, he might as well do it now. Right. Well, he did leave a shot. Tim hit. And Costin, okay, he's going to have a few rolls. Tim's not going to cube for quite a while, so Costin has a while to get in. In the meantime, Tim's going to bring these men round and hope to make the 4 point. That's the point he really, really wants to make. But Tim being 5-1 up, he wouldn't be cubing as quick as he normally would. And he's going to ask the question, when do you leave your anchor? Do you leave after you've made a 5 point board, or do you leave while he's on the bar against a 4 point board? And that's the question he's now thinking about. Does he go now? The answer is no. I think that's pretty wise. Great roll by Costin.
This maybe? Okay.
That really was a fantastic entry by Costin. And Tim's now stuck with that anchor. And although there's a blot there, I can't see Tim leaving soon. So I don't think Tim's going to leave the anchor. Leaves 1s, 5s and 6s. Yeah, so Costin would hope to make his board, which he does with a very, very good 6-3. Now Tim is really struggling. 5-1, okay, keeps the board. So, not easy for Costin though, he's got to somehow... Okay, he's left a blot. Yeah, now this gives Tim the opportunity to leave, which I'm sure he will grasp. Yep, definitely going to leave with 3-3. Okay, well, 2-1 is not a bad roll. It keeps the contact and just makes the 4, and he'll probably play 6-5 with the 1. So Tim's liable to leave a shot here. Well, any normal human being would, but not Tim. He got 6-5, great roll. And now with the race looking very good, even with a 5-1 lead, I think this looks very promising. Okay, he needs to look at the race here. Okay, there's some wastage. Okay, it's not a straight pip count. You need to look at the wastage as well. Tim has 3 men on the ace. Costin also has some wastage. He's looking at being 5-1 ahead. Okay, thought about it and didn't cue, but probably regrets it now because the double 3 is probably a market loser. Yeah, I can't see Costin taking this. But we'll see. Looks to be a little bit too far behind. Although there is wastage, as I say, but Tim's sending it over. There are various ways to calculate these. People like Keith counts, there's eyesight. Costin obviously did the calculations extremely quickly in his head. I'd have spent quite a while looking at that because that is not straightforward. Okay. But if Costin gets any sort of edge, he's going to re-whip to 4. Now, I think he probably needs a double because he's quite a bit behind. Good roll by Tim. If Tim can get a 5 or a 6 before he rolls a 4, he's pretty much GNF. There he goes. So Tim is now 5 rolls. Oh. Okay, so. Oh, no, great. Oh, this is fantastic rolling from both. Costin was itching to recube that, but obviously can't now. And a flunks with 3-2. So Tim's sitting pretty. 6 checkers left. 3-1. Okay, Costin needs a cube. Needs a double, sorry. Which he duly comes up with. Oh dear, we could get some instant cube action here. Okay, 4-2. Okay, now this I think is a recube. Because Costin wins with any double apart from double 1. And Tim flunks if he rolls any 2 or 1 apart from double 2. So Costin's going through the calculations here, but I'm pretty sure this is a cube. And Tim... Okay, let's do the numbers. Okay, so Tim wins if he rolls any combination of 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 16 plus that. He wins 17 times, but he's only going to get a chance 5/6 of the time. So 5/6 of 17. Where's my calculator? 5/6 of 17. Yeah, okay. Oh, you gotta send that over, man. You're 5-1 down in an 11-point match, and you could have sent the cube to 4. Aye. This is what I'm saying. This is understanding match equity and tournament play. You have to go for the 4 points there, Costin. Aye. Yeah, okay, he's got, I don't know, 16 minutes on his clock. Should have given that a lot of thought, gone through the numbers. Because that could have been 5-all, a huge difference. Anyway, we are where we are. 6-3, good shot. Yeah, that was a very interesting position and deserved more thought than it was given, which is a shame. Okay, as I said earlier, I don't like the 23 point, but sometimes it's correct. Tim didn't like the blitzing potential of Costin, but I still think the 23 point is a bit stiff.
That was just Matto making sure we could see the clock.
Oh, yes, move the clock.
Later in the game,
Thanks.
perhaps.
Okay. Good. Yes, thank you, Matty. Okay. Okay, nice shot, 1-6. Surprising how many times the blot on the 8 bar point gets hit. 3-1 now. I think 8-7. How many blots is that? 5 blots. And Tim duly hits. Okay, so we've got this bloodbath again. Costin outboarding him 2-1. And Tim's thinking, does he bring a halt to the proceedings and make the better anchor? But no, he's going to carry on with the assault. I think that's correct. And I'd imagine Costin will whack him again. Here we go. Okay, makes a better anchor. Tim's happy now, got a good anchor. He's got a race lead. Yeah. Oh, a fan, but not the end of the world. You know, a big fan of 2 in the bar, but I'm not quite sure whether that's correct, but it's interesting. Of course, he can play more bold because he has many checkers back, a stronger board, but I'm not quite sure that you really want to make the 2 point, whether it was worth hitting there. But if Costa can make the 4 point, then obviously it's all justified. So looking for a 6. 7 does not do the job, and he doesn't really want the 2 point, but he'd probably make it. And he can't get the back checkers moving, so he's bringing a man down. Fair enough. Oh, 2 point came in useful. Okay, you don't switch here, you just make a better anchor. And I would put a spare... Oh, there you go. Maybe the 9 point... It's pointless having a blot on the 11, just make the 9. It's a good point to have the 9 point. Why not? Or you could just play 24-20, but the 9 point looks good to me. Very nice roll. And the 5s now. 3 point isn't great because it leaves a blot on the 8, so I would just I'll play 13-8 and then 15-10. Leave the anchor where it is and hope to make the 4 point next roll. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, we have a double anchor game. Here we go. So we had this a few games ago where Costin had the 4 and 5 point. So this will be another lengthy game perhaps. And of course Tim having these 5 spares on the 6 and 8 point which aren't doing anything. So we'd like to get them in the game somehow. And the 5-4 doesn't really do it for him. I don't think you want to put another checker on the 6 point. So perhaps just moving from the back with 5-4 all the way and just leaving blots around. I don't think you want to move that one. Yeah, I wouldn't do this. But okay, well it's going to recirculate that checker. And the 5 and the 3, yeah, okay. It's quite. Tim's quite happy with 4 checkers back there. No problem. And Costin again is getting all these stripped points. I'm not quite sure whether you want to make that 16 point. Well, there's nothing else, is there? 2 point is the best you can do. Okay, double 3. It looks like that awkward 16 point I mentioned ago now becomes a really, really good 10 point. Great foresight. I think the 10 point's good here. I think this, yeah, and I think then remake the mid. You don't really want to come to the bar point because the checkers on the 4 and 5 point are blocked. I don't know. This might be right. I like the midpoint. Double 4. Okay, so there's 2 and that 4 point's crying out to be made. Whether Tim should leave the blot on the 17 point, I think might be interesting because Costin wouldn't hit that with those 2 strip points. Well, again, his double 6 is a lovely roll. Surely he's got to make the 8 point here. Yeah, lining up those lovely points. And if Tim doesn't hit a 3, Costin's looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks good to me. Double 4 is very awkward, and I think that's game over. Yeah. This is, I don't think Tim's had an uglier position this weekend. Okay, that's I think Tim will pass this. And backgammon's not a beauty contest, but there are limits. He's taking his time, there's no problem with that. They're both quick players, so they have back to time on the clock. No, wow. Okay. What's the race here? Does he have race chances here? What? Okay, I'm going to ask my assistants here to do a quick pip count. What is the race here? Has Tim got?
For Tim.
Yeah. Has he got racing chances? Why on earth did he take that? I thought that was a dead pass.
119. He's like 2 ahead.
Tim's
And
2
now,
ahead.
Well, he was a minute ago, and now he's hit Costin, and it's better. So.
Ah, well, okay.
Sorry, 127. It's
Okay.
close.
All right. Well, I misunderstood. I did not appreciate just how close the race was. I thought Costin was quite a bit ahead. Tim's fantastic 1-6, by the way, was well worth the entry fee, but Costin came back with a wonderful 5-6, and the board's gone again. But Tim has racing equity, which I underestimated. So fair play to Tim. He counted the race, realised that with the 5 point anchor, you treat it like a race, and he had enough. Huge wastage though, of course, but even so, if you got racing equity, then it's a take. Now I can't see why you'd want to. What? Oh, okay. This is interesting. Again, this sort of shows Costin's imagination. I'd have just played safe and bring one round, but because there's no real advantage in keeping those checkers separated, but still. So if we can keep a running pip count, that would be appreciated.
I have to start again. Okay.
It's been a long weekend. I'm normally pretty quick with pip counts, but I'm a little bit tired.
I got that.
Costin is being very, very enterprising here. Now, I'm not quite sure why he wants to lay these blots out. Okay, he's daring Tim to hit him, but Tim's only going to hit if he rolls a wonderful joker. So it's rather silly to lay them out like that. It doesn't really help Costin's cause to lay them out. Anyway, double 2, is that the joker I've been talking about? I'm not sure really. You could hit and obviously play 6-4 and just leave Costin with 11 shots, but that's what he's going to do. And say to Costin, well, you shouldn't have left those blots everywhere, because if Costin doesn't hit back, of course he does. Costin knew what he was doing, teasing Tim into hitting him. Okay, so Tim hit, but then Costin hit back, so the race was still reasonably equal. But of course, Costin's got a 3-point board, so Tim is more likely to dance on that. Okay, 5-3 is not a dance, but it's not a good roll. So Costin will surely attack. If he can't hit with a 3, he's going to attack 5-point. Having said that, 4-1 is not great. Although Tim's 2-point, this is a very unusual position. You don't see these in many books. So, does Costin attack on the 5? Yeah. What is the race? Because, okay, if Costin's down in the race, then I think I would hit. If he's okay in the race, I probably wouldn't and just play 13, 9, 11, 10. But this is
Tim's 6 ahead before, as it stands on the board.
Right.
Been played.
Nothing's been played. So okay,
so he'll be 1 ahead after the roll. Is that right?
So Tim is.
Without hitting.
So if Costin doesn't hit, Costin will be 1 pip behind. So this is a tough play. Wow. He's not going to hit. Because, okay, well, Tim doesn't necessarily escape, so he can always hit next time. Okay, but Tim rolls a nice double 2, which would have fanned. I really didn't know whether he should hit there. At the 4-1, he could have played 9, 9, 5, 9, 8, but still he would have left 3 blots, and I think. Anyway, the double 2 would have been a swing number. That would have been a dance. As it stands, Tim's secured that blot, and I presume will not leave any blots around. But such a strange position. Okay, he's left 11 shots, which Costin will gladly hit. I don't think I've seen a position in a major final like this. But at the end of the day, backgammon is a race. And Tim is trying to scramble home and win this race. And Costin would like to take advantage of his better position. But at the end of the day, if Tim can just get around, scramble around, then the position means nothing. It's all a race. Okay, so it has to leave a shot. And I suggest he minimises the shots, which looks like 12 shots to me. And that's a huge hit.
Tim's 8 behind.
Okay, 1 more on the 2-point. Why not? Okay, this is getting interesting. Do you make the 4? He's thinking, oh yes, very quickly. He likes to play these interesting plays. leaves 1, 2s and 3s. It might be right. It's positionally sound. Yeah, why not? Good play. But what? 5-3 for Tim. Wow. Well, if you hit, then you've got to play the 5, and you have to carry on to the 3 maybe, or you slot the 5. Wow, okay, this is tricky. There's lots and lots of shots regardless of how you play it, and it's not simply a case of minimising shots as well. It's a case of, if he misses, can I make progress? Alright, let's... 5-6 is a great shot. There are gammons here for Tim's in gammon danger. Yeah, Costin's double one's fantastic roll. Oh my word. Of course, Tim's still in trouble, of course. I mean, he's what a fan. Tim's still stuck behind a 5 prime, but still. He's got out of jail here somewhat. Okay, 1. And okay, he's going to play all that way to the 3 point here. So it's just Tim's a double 6 away from Houdini act. There's 1 6. Can he possibly get away with this? 6. The 1, okay, which is best. That gets hit by double 1 gets hit anyway on the ace, so probably right. Okay, that brings in 1. Now Tim gets a 6 here, things get interesting. 3-1. Okay, there's a 3. The 1, I suppose you duplicate 5s and leave it there. And yeah, that's right. That gives him 4s, which you don't really want. You don't want to give him 4s, so play that one. Play that all the way to the mid. You don't really want to be hit with 4s. Has Costin got 2 men on the bar?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I apologise, viewers and listeners. Great entry. Two men coming in. Oh my word! Wow. If Larry Schiller were here, he'd be having an epi.
You can't say that either.
I can't say that. Okay.
I meant the epi.
Oh, the epi bit. Sorry, I apologise to epileptic listeners. Right. Double 6. Oh wow, Tim Cross. Right, how does he? Okay, he can't play safe. That's the start. So he's gonna. Okay, so he's gonna leave. Well, if he plays all the way to the 2 point, he leaves a 3. So that's 3, 2, 1, double 1, and also 12. However, to get that lone man back safely is not going to be easy. So he might end up hitting here. I suspect he's going to be brave and hit, because if Costin misses, then it's easier to get home, I think. That's my play. Hit on the 6 point and fingers crossed. Because if Costin misses, I mean, Tim could always then make the ace point with combination of 5s, 1s, 2s and 3s. So yeah, I think you're going to have to hit on the 6. And good play, Mr. Cross. Yeah. So, a huge roll. A 1-3, okay. So, anchors. And I think he just plays, yes, plays to the 7 point. And it's not easy for Tim to get home, but at least Costin missed. So, oh, not an 8. Oh, double 4, wow. Okay, I'm speechless. That's amazing rolling. He's an amazing player, Tim, But when he needs it, he comes up with the goods. Wow, 4-4. Okay, so is he too good? That is the question. Okay, many gammons here. He leaves shots with six numbers leave a shot, which I think means he plays on. I would play on. Costin needs lots. Oh, okay, let's run that through the computer later. But I think Tim was so relieved to get through that game, he just wanted to win it. But I think that was a play on. What do you guys think? How many crossovers did Costin have to get home? He had 1, 2, 8 or 9, 10 crossovers. Still, it's an amazing turnaround. Could have been 5-all. It could have been 7-5 down, Tim. Could have got gammoned easily. But he's 7-3 up. A huge swing. What a game that was. Right, 6-4. So it looks like we're going to have another bloodfest here. It's a good roll by Tim. Makes the 4 point. With 2-2 early on, it's very rare not to make the 4 point. Five's a lovely roll by Tim. Okay, Costin's struggling here. 3-1 is again the rolling here top notch. Okay, the 5 point's gone, so he can't make the 5 point, but it comes to the edge. And lots of builders for the 5 or the 7. Costin would love to hit one of those. 2-2 is a great roll. Wow. Slot the back. I don't think you need to switch, just slot the back, and I think you got a nice cube here, Costin. 7-3 down, you can't hang around. You've got to cube these. He's thinking about it, but this is a huge double, yeah. And Tim passes straight away. Okay, that was a quick game compared to the last one, which was very long. 7-4. Six five is a standard lover's leap. No need to think. What? Oh, what? Okay, interesting. Okay, Tim's thinking whether he makes the 3 or the 5 or the ace. I think the ace point is right. The pots have taught us that with 5-5 early on, if you can, you just make the ace. In the old days, people would make the 3 and then hit loose on the ace, but the bots have said a bird in the hand, etc. So you make the ace. 5-2, good roll. Okay, all choices, yes. Could hit or anchor. He's outboarded. The bar point anchor is nice, and he's got a blotting board. So I would think he'd make the bar point here and wait for later events to unfold. If you do hit, you're giving away 1s, 3s, 4s and 6s, so he could be... yes. Okay, well, he could have been hit twice there with some rolls, but... A 3-2. Oh, Tim's got a stronger board, so... He doesn't want a messy game. He's 7-4 up, so he doesn't want a game that is blots all over the show, but you've got the ace point, you've got a stronger board, you've got the ace point, so make use of it and hit. Yeah, so the only asset you've got is a stronger board, so use it. Because they can always dance, you see. Okay, I think you move the back checker to get some connectivity with those. I don't think you want to really... There's no point making the 7 point, it's not any better than the 8 point. Yeah, so get some connectivity. You don't need to make the anchor, that's right, Tim, yeah. So all those back checkers, those 3 back checkers are connected. So if there's a hit, you get lots of counter shots. So now he's got 5s and 6s and 1s to hit back. And 4s, of course. Costin under pressure to come in here. He doesn't. Now Tim's 4 away. So he'd love to get a double gammon, but he's going to play on. Oh, wow. Okay. I wish he'd cubed that, but he's happy to win an undoubled gammon here. If he can get to 9-4, he'll be happy. Yeah, this is looking like a play on and a gammon. Okay, 5 down and 4 in, and maximise your builders for the 2 and 3 point. Standard play. Costin is obliging by dancing, making it very easy for Tim here. Way to the bar. He's got 4 builders now. This is looking very bad. Yeah, and I think I don't know if it's wrong because we don't have XG, but Costin not making the 18 point with the 5-2 clearly has cost him. So yeah, lesson learned maybe. Okay, all you got to be worried about here, if you're in Tim's shoes, is just to avoid nasty root numbers. A root number is a nasty, usually a double, which screws up your position. So he's hoping not to roll big doubles that he can't play with his backmen. So maybe he could have stepped away from double 5 there. Okay, it's upside down. Couldn't be further away from double 5. Okay, 4 builders now for the 2 point. Tim will attack, obviously. There you go. I don't think Tim would have had much of an easier game than that this weekend. Okay. So Tim seemingly coasting to victory here. Undoubled gammon to make it 9-4. Okay, a slight chance of leaving a shot of being hit, but we'll see. Not now. Okay, 2 away, 7 away. 15% or so chance for Costin. But Tim's a very good front runner. Give Tim a lead in the match and he brings it home. Okay, so cube action now. Tim will probably hold on to the cube, and if any gammon in his position will play on and try and get an undoubled gammon for the match. Costin, on the other hand, will send it over if there's any gammons at all. Again, this is not right, but anyway, it's the way he plays. I mean, you play to whatever style you like. I mean, Costin, I'm sure, has seen the XG opening replies on the internet, easy to find. But if it's not his style, then he's perfectly legitimised to play whatever style he likes, you know. I get the feeling from watching him play that he loves these volatile positions with blots everywhere, so why not play that style? He likes that style. And he might feel like, okay, he won't play perfectly, but neither will his opponent. So maybe it's better for him to play in these sort of wild positions. Okay, early cube action, straight pass. Any sniff of a gammon, of course, Tim would have passed that. So 9-4. No, sorry, 9-5. Two down, yeah. One, don't split. You should play for a priming structure here. You should play 13-9-6-5. Tim has rolled double 5. He's got a splitting structure. So 13-9-6-5 is the play, I think. Okay, he's going for the prime, but it's a little bit too rich, I think, for me. I would have been hit as well. But, a direct shot there was a little bit too much, I think. Okay, slot. Okay. Not much choice here. Well, you got a 6 comes down, and either to the bar or to the 4. If you come to the bar, of course, and you don't necessarily cover it next time, so swinging it to the 7 point, I think, gives you more flexibility. Yeah, you have to make the 5 point, the 20 point. Sorry. Tim's got the edge here, obviously. Making the 4 point is really huge, but 2 down is also good. He's thinking he's got 2 choices here. Yeah, interesting choice. Obviously, it's a nice choice to have because 6-3 is a great roll. No, if you've got a choice of 2 plays, you want to make the play that's the most difficult to do. Now, it's difficult to bring those checkers down, so that's why he's done it. He had an opportunity there, so why not take it? Because he has plenty of chance to make the 4 point later. Having said that, though, 6-1-8, great. Minimising shots. And Costin, you need this ace. Now, we have a position which is not gammonish at all. No one's going to win a gammon here. So this is why cube action for Tim is possible, because there's no volatility. Basically, if he's in the window, he'll keep this, and I think he's in the window.
What's the window, John?
Oh, good question. What he's in is the window. Now, okay, a lot of people think that if you're behind in the match, you can take if you've got 15% or 16%. That's not true. You still need about 20 odd percent to take, and Costin doesn't have it. So yeah, you take points are lower if you're behind in a match like this, but not that low. So yeah, good cube and a good pass, I think. So, Crawford, now, with Costin being 6 away, he would like to get a gammon.
I think they're taking a break.
Are they taking a break? Okay,
Yeah.
so are we. Right, be back soon. Okay, back again. The break was very short, shorter than we expected. And, well, as you can see, it's a prime versus prime with Tim having the better of it. Double six obviously was nice. Okay, 4-3. These are notoriously difficult to play. But his little shot, he does want to make it 2 points, so he might as well attack and hope to avoid being hit. But great shot. Okay, the tables have turned in the few seconds I've been sat here. And Costin's hoping to extend the prime by hitting with a 3 or a 5. The question is, does he hit 2? Oh, this is a tough play. Maybe it is hitting 2. That's what he's gone for. Oh, double 5. Wow. Okay. Okay, well, clearly he's got to just come out, and it's a great roll, and this is a complicated game. Right, and we have an anchor on the 18 point. So what's happening here? So Tim is stuck on the 3 point, again, a strange position. The blot on the 4. And Tim's going to step up with a 2. Yeah, he's desperate for a 2 to step up. Creates a tempo by hitting with a 3. And he's going to keep that bridge on the 15 point for his back checkers to jump onto. Having said that, he then loses the bridge because he can hit twice. Hitting twice is good. Okay. Nasty fan now. Tim's got the edge here, so 6 something. Clearly going to make the 2 point if he can. Okay, that's a 6. Is it a, I don't know what it is. Is it a 1? Yeah, okay. So, if Tim can make the 4 point, I think it's game over. That's step 2 out, I think, is the best play. And bringing them home. And Costin has to come in quickly because Tim's going to bring these men round. And Costin needs to get in quickly in order to have a presence in the outfield. Interesting one. Maybe it could have been a bit more. Oh, 4-1's great. Okay, well, Tim can't lift the blot on the 11 point, so he could make that and then play a 1 from the, was it 15 point? Oh, of course he could attack. Now the 4 point is the key point of the game, but they're going to do what I said initially. Ooh, double 1 does nothing. Right. So, can Tim bring these checkers round? 4-2 is okay, brings it round. Okay, Costin probably wants a 3 to make that anchor. Doesn't roll it. It's not going to be easy for Tim to bring this home, but he'll. Okay, clears the outside point. So, pretty good roll. And double 2, okay, makes a home board point. I think make the 4 point there, don't you? Well, anyway, it's if he gets a shot, he's in a good nick, but to get the shot is the key. 6-4. Okay, another point cleared. I don't think Costin really wants to make the 4 point now because Tim's bringing the men home nicely. So I think just leave the back men as they all are and just play around with the front men. Yeah, 1, slot the 4, make the 2 maybe. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, any accidents on the way to the bank? Ooh, well, okay. Hitting 2. I mean, Costin's given the chance with having 2 blots in home board, so Tim hits 2. And even if he's hit back with the ace, he's still not looking too bad. Really, it's looking very good for Tim Cross here. Yeah, I think it's looking all over. There's the 1, too late. The open 4 point shouldn't be too much of an issue for Tim. Nice roll. Yeah. Again, a very nice 6-3. Hoping to clear the 5 point next roll, and that'll be it. If Costin enters with a dances, okay. So Tim, can you bring this home? You can. And the 2019 UK Open winner, dare I say it? Yes, it's going to happen. Is Tim Cross. Congratulations, Tim. Hard luck, Costin. Okay, thanks for listening.